Koffin Radio.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Koffin Radio. I am Heartthrob Rob, and joining me today is the one, the only battle rap megastar, Psycoses.
How's it going, man?
Good, man. How's everything going with you?
Good, man. Thank you for having me, my man.
Thank you for having me, bro. You're having a fucking sick-ass event that I pulled you away from here for a minute to get our interview on, dude.
It's all good, my brother.
It's actually thrown on by you and the rest of the members of
Slosh
Mafia, dude. You guys got that single Dead or Alive that's really popping right now.
Yeah.
Who's in Slosh Mafia and how did you guys come together?
Okay, so basically, this is kind of a long one, but I'll give you the Cliff Note version. So it's going to be me, Jay Odyssey is the other rapper, and then Danny Beretta. He raps, but he's mostly our, like, singer, right? He's our fucking Nate Dogg, so to speak.
And you need that nowadays.
No, seriously, though. And he's fucking amazing. He's also helping me a lot with kind of, like, my vocal stuff. Don't tell him that, though. I won't show him this interview, because then he's going to tell me the rest of my fucking life. But, no, so we basically came together because me and Jay... me and him had met periodically, like over the years, right? We like he was dating some chick, and I used to party with her every now and again, and she'd be like, "Hey, you need to meet my boyfriend. He raps too." He goes, "I know you do the battle thing." Whoop-de-woo. This is back when I was like 15, bro. This is before I even hit King of the Dot and all that stuff. And so I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." And then I met him one time, and then we never saw each other again after that. Then I shouldn't say never, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then I run into him. He's like working at like Starbucks one day. And I'm totally putting him on fucking blast right now. And
everybody works somewhere, man.
Right.
Started off.
And fuck 12, by the way. The cops are right here rolling up on us.
Oh, we're good.
Peep game. So
they see us in the street. You know we out here.
What's up, 12?
There you go.
So anyways, yeah, he fucking he was like, "Yo, let's link up sometime." Blah blah. Nothing happens after that. Then me and Danny end up working at some restaurant together, and he was like, "Hey man, you should come over one night." Blah blah blah. You know, because I knew he rapped, but I didn't know he was like rapping like that. He goes, "Me and my homie, we kind of do songs together," and I was like, "All right, cool." So I stopped by his house, just thinking I'm gonna chill and smoke weed, maybe freestyle.
Yeah.
Sure enough, they have a fucking track they just fucking finished together, and they fucking come up to me and they're all like, "Yeah, I want you to hear this new shit." I was blown away. I was like, "All right, these fucking cats are talented, bro," and they're from my city, like, you know what I mean? At that time I was pushing like 250,000 views or something like that, so I was the only one kind of in my city doing, you know, of that nature.
Yeah, popping.
You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not gonna say that.
No, popping in the city. No, that's good.
You know, and then so I was like, well, I want to help these guys out. You know what I mean? I want people to know who they are too. So we got together. We started doing music together. Started doing more music together. Started getting more high together. And then all of a sudden, we're doing a fucking ton of music together. We're throwing events together. And then we started a business together. And then the rest just, you know, came naturally, bro. Like, so, yeah, man.
That's badass, dude. And you know, like I said, you guys got the single going out right now. You guys working on like an album that you're gonna put out, or is it solo material, or what are you thinking?
Good question. So basically, we have like a ton of singles that we kind of put out. So we've had like, you know, Legendary Mode came out, Dead or Alive came out. We have a couple other ones that are coming out after that. And then, you know, once we have like all these singles out, I think that we can kind of do the album at that point, because we have a bunch of shit that's unreleased too. So we're gonna just kind of compile all that. It's probably like 10 to 12 tracks or something like that, and we're just gonna slap it together and call it an album.
Hell yeah, and that's all you need. You guys kind of got already like singles, and you know, you guys got some music videos out. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So who did you listen to? You know, you said you were rapping at age 15. Who did you kind of listen to growing up, and how did you turn that into battle rap?
It's gonna sound so typical, but when I was 9 years old, like that was the first time I bought, like, or maybe 8 years old, I think. That was the first time I bought a rap album, and that was Marshall Mathers LP2. And so M's who I really like started really like getting deep into rap with, and then it kind of went from there. It went to like, you know, Cannabis, and it went to like fucking Royce the 5'9". It went to bro, I can't even name everybody. Like, it just went to everywhere.
Those are spitters, though, for sure.
Yeah, but then it went to like West Coast rap. I wanted to like explore everything, bro. I was like, all right, what's this about? What's this about? So, you know, I started buying CDs from Tupac and Eazy-E, NWA, you know, and I started going over that genre. Then I'm like, okay, cool, that's cool. Now let me get Biggie, let me get fucking Ready to Die, Life After Death, let me get you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I started going to the East Coast. I started kind of figuring out shit there too, because up until that point, all I had known is fucking like whatever was on the radio when I was younger. So then when I started exploring it, I started kind of getting more into like in depth. I'm like, all right, now here's the Immortal Techniques, the Jedi Mind Tricks, the, you know, those people of that nature, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, like people like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. And in the meantime, I'm still rapping like myself. It started off with me doing like, just not like I don't know, man, just like aggressive like rap, bro. Like just talking about shit in my neighborhood and being aggressive because I was an aggressive kid, and that's what I liked, bro. And then it kind of, I found out that there was like levels to it. There's like ways you can. I found out what punchlines were. I found out what bars were. I found out what layering your content was, and it just took years and years of me just kind of writing shit over and over and over, bro. Like, because I used to be totally fucking broke, right? And I used to have to go to the laundromat. I used to like, walk with like a trash bag with like all my fucking clothes, bro, all my dirty laundry, like a mile, bro. I used to have to like, walk like a fucking mile with this shit, throw it in the laundromat, but I couldn't leave the laundromat because my shit got stolen one time. So I would stay there and I would write rhymes for 2 hours, and I would just kind of do that, and then everything was in my head still. So by the time I got home with that laundry, I'm like, well, let me write some more shit. You know what I mean? And it just kind of went, and then I'm like. Then when it comes to battling, I like Diabolic a lot. I think he's one of my favorite rappers ever, bro.
Hell
like,
yeah.
And no one talks about him. I'm like, bro, he's so fire. Well, when I start listening to him, I'm like, all right, cool. So that's how you weave together my multi-syllabics with punchlines. Now that's cool. And then I kind of started taking like Tech 9. I'm like, what does he do? And I started picking apart what I liked from every rapper. That's why I go by Psychosis, because Psychosis is a multitude of different diagnoses. I'm a multitude of different styles of rappers that I put together for myself.
Oh,
you know
shit.
what I mean?
That's very cool, man.
So that's kind of how it came. And I figured, you know, like I'm at the best part of everything that I like about certain rappers. That's what I try to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's all subjective. You know what I mean? I get that. Some people won't feel it. Some people will. That's cool. But that's what I like. That's what makes me happy. You know what I mean? So that's why I write that way.
That's very cool.
But yeah, I know that kind of went left field, but fuck it.
No, dude, that's very cool. I mean, it's nice to know where someone's coming from, you know, when they're preparing for a battle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What was it like when you got that first call, like, you know, when you made the jump to, like, the big leagues, when you kind of were on the GZs, you know, the ground zero?
I never told the story.
Okay, let's hear it, man.
When I was in the GZs, I literally, NPOS was my last battle before I hopped over to the pros, when I battled Remedy.
Uh-huh.
I swear to God I said this. I said if this NPOS battle, because this was the, like, most, to this day, that was, like, the craziest bars I probably ever wrote were for NPOS, low-key.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, the Jonai battle was definitely better, the Remedy battle was definitely better, but, like, when it comes to raw, small room bars, that battle was insane. I even like freestyled like my first like minute and a half of my third round because he was like interrupting me while I was rapping.
Oof.
And I started freestyling what he was interrupting me with, and like everyone's like, okay, this fool is playing.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those kind of nights. I was just on, bro. I told everybody, I go, bro, if this NPOS battle does not jump me to the main stage, I'm quitting battle rap, bro. There's no fucking way that they can deny me anymore when they're giving opportunities to people that I felt were less deserving. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? If I'm not on the main page, it's my fault. Hands down. Like, it's my fault no matter what. And that's kind of how I looked at it. So I figured, all right, if this NPOS battle doesn't do it, then maybe I'm not cut out for this. I fucking went out there and did that. I emptied a fucking 100-round drum clip on the fucking kid. So I emptied I even emptied my entire rhyme book, bro. I had extra bars.
Dude.
I literally emptied the entire rhyme book.
Hit him with everything.
Shit. And then he got the kitchen sink, the fucking, dude, the porcelain toilet. He got all that. And fucking, so, and I was like, you know what? That's it. That's all I had. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm about to leave the venue. Avocado pulls me aside and he's all like, hey, dude, he's all like, we think you're ready. He's like, we've been watching you for a while, kind of a thing. And I'm like, oh, bro, so they were watching. You know what I mean?
Good.
So I was like, he goes, we want you to battle for the next event for the main page, and we'll make your debut. And I was like, fuck, all right. So I went in. This is in Oakland, and this is my third time in Oakland at that time. I went down the street with the girlfriend I was with at the time. I went to this pizza parlor, and this gonna sound so fucking lame, but I don't care, bro. I literally cried in that pizza parlor, bro. I literally fucking cried because I was like, that's all I ever wanted. When I was a little kid, I would Google freestyle rap battles and shit because that's what I wanted to be. A lot of people wanted to be a fireman or a fucking astronaut or something. I wanted to be a battle rapper, and my family did not understand that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? They were just like, they're like, whatever, get a job, like go work construction. Like my parents like thought I was like the dumbest kid. Low key I was. But so I was like, whatever, all I'm gonna do is just work construction and just kind of do that the rest of my life. So when I got accepted and respected by like the peers that I had been watching through a computer screen, you know what I mean, for years, that literally, like, I was like, bro, this is like my dream that just came true, bro. And I'm only like 23 at that time or some shit.
Yeah.
So after that, traveled the fucking world, hung out with like my favorite battlers ever, bro. Like, I was so blessed to be able to do all of that, bro. Like, and I those are memories that I'll never be able to replace, bro. Like, everything's a blessing, and I always appreciate it.
That's so badass. I was literally gonna say that, you know, the respect of your peers or people that you kind of, you're a young kid, and
Right.
at the time, and to have something accomplished like that where they're like, hey, you're ready. That's very cool.
Yeah.
And early on, right when you hopped on, you were able to battle JC.
Yeah.
How was that? How was that battle,
Fuck.
dude?
All right, well, me and...
Because that guy's a somebody right off the bat. Like, let's not act like he hasn't battled some of the biggest fucking names out here, you know?
So what happened is JC was supposed to battle Peanut, and I was supposed to battle Bender, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And Bender and Peanut, for some reason, couldn't make the event or something like that. Something happened where they weren't able to make it.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're like, hey, on 3 weeks before the event, they're like, hey, you want to battle JC?
Oh my God.
I'm a guy
who... you want to halfway die?
Dude, exactly.
I'm
like, dude,
set up. That's
I prep battles for like 2 months, bro. I don't do the whole short notice shit. A lot of people are caustic.
Especially JC.
Right, bro. I'm like, well, fuck that shit. So in my head, I'm like, bro, you can't turn down this opportunity because
That's
this is
true.
because I told myself, I'm like, this is what you asked for. Now you have to fucking do it. So I was like, all right, I'll take JC, bro. And so I fucking literally
death sentence.
Bro, I called out of work. I was the worst employee ever at that time, bro. And I literally just fucking went and just wrote for like 10 hours straight almost every day, bro, and I like came out with what I came out with. Wasn't my best battle, but you know what? I held my own on short notice, bro. Like, that was where I kind of proved it to myself.
A lot of people wouldn't take a 3-week notice battle of someone of that caliber.
Fuck no, dude.
So
Fuck no. And to be honest with you, I didn't even really prep for like 2 weeks, to be honest with you.
Oh my God.
Because I still had to like figure out how I was going to call out of work and all that shit. So like I didn't really have that much time.
People forget you have a real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As doing this. You know what I mean? Nobody here's a millionaire. You know what I mean? You got to pay the bills / fucking do a crazy ass career on the side and fucking handle things that, take a lot of fucking brain power. And, after a long day at work, I'm fucking tired as hell and I may not have the mental capacity for all this, right?
It's just, it's one of those things, man.
And we kind of did earlier reference the Jonai battle because you also did that, which to me is an instant classic. Right when I watched that,
I appreciate it.
That was amazing to me, And at the time, that was kind of like, who's the best new guy, for King of the Dot, And, of course, there's the hard groundwork that you had to lay to do that.
Yeah.
But at the time, that's kind of what that was built as,
Yeah.
What was that like for you going, handling that?
Fuck, dude. That was intense.
Looking back at that,
Looking back at that.
Because I know, I'm sorry, I was able to, kind of read that you guys kind of had beef at the time,
Yeah.
So looking back, what was it like now?
We legit hated each other before that battle. Like, we legit wanted to fucking kill each other. Like, it was like real life animosity. It was not for the camera. That really, like, we really, really were gonna fucking scrap, like, on site. I think had we not met in the venue for the first time, I think it might have actually happened. But Joe and I was the bigger person, dude, honestly, like, looking back. It's all good.
Yeah.
Joe and I was the bigger person, kind of looking back, and he put his hand out to shake mine, and he was like, hey, man, let's have a good battle. And I was not expecting that. I literally, like, was expecting to scrap him right then and there.
Shit.
Like the day before our battle.
Yeah.
But looking back, bro, like I had come up through the ranks, like because I battled N-Pose and I battled Remedy, 2 bodies back to back. I did JC on short notice, Jinai right after that, and then I took a 3-month hiatus, and then Jonai came after that. So and while that was happening, he was undefeated for his side of the country.
Was, dude.
I was undefeated, and both of us hadn't like. Not only were we undefeated, we like hadn't lost a round.
No, not at all.
The only one you could say that could have got me was JC, but that was way short notice, bro. So I'm like, no excuses, bro.
No,
but
nobody
like,
looks at that like a body or nothing like
fuck
that.
no, bro. It was great back and forth. JC loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it. It was a good fucking time.
Yeah.
But sorry. But basically, he was undefeated on his side. I was basically undefeated on my side, and then he had the Diz battle. But I mean, look,
Yeah.
I'm not. He did that on short notice. I can't hold that against him.
Yeah.
So
plus, that's the same thing too. You can't take Diz on a short notice, or like
No.
not when you're not 100,000,000%.
no,
You know what I mean?
That's just suicide, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
it's
Especially
suicide.
at that time, he was fucking. He's still crazy, but
Yeah.
5 years ago, he was like just on a rampage at the time.
So it's just like like I said, we stayed relatively like and I know it sounds like a kind of a cop out, but really like undefeated, and everyone's like, all right, these 2 motherfuckers got to go at it, right? So fucking Gannick hits me up and goes, hey bro, like, so, and this is after Joe and I called me out for the 10 grand. I had sponsors that I was getting like money for that, so like the sponsors were transferring me the money, and I'm like, all right, cool, we got 10 grand.
Here we go.
But Gannick called me like 2 weeks before the battle. He's like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you guys putting up that much money on my platform. He's like, because battle rap is subjective, and I don't feel comfortable with that happening in such a subjective environment. And I was like, looking back, I'm like, all right, you're right, bro. Like,
that's kind of a cool move on his end, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, Ganik, if you get to meet Ganik, he's literally one of the most level-headed, coolest dudes ever, bro. Like, I good business all day long. Yeah, dude, so then we met up that night, and preparing that battle, I've never prepared a battle for someone I literally wanted to fucking kill. Like, we fucking hated each other. Every bar I wrote was like fucking absolute hate-filled. Another one of those times where I called out of work. I didn't even go to the gym anymore. I literally just stayed home and just fucking wrote. There's like so many bars that I had that just got thrown out for that battle. Like, I probably wrote close to like over 1,000 bars for that battle.
Fuck.
I definitely wrote like 1,100 to 1,200 bars for that battle. And when you look back, you're like, fuck, like these 600 actually would have hit. You know what I mean? Like, but whatever, bro. At the time, you don't really know when you're writing.
Yeah.
So, that was a big fucking moment, bro, because that was a blackout event. So that was where like the lights went out in the club and everyone's like, who the fuck's going up? All of a sudden Joe and I came up, and then all of a sudden lights go out again. Everyone's like, what the fuck? My name pops up. Everyone freaks out. We're right there face to face. We're like, we hate each other. It's fucking Hagler and Hearns. It's fucking Tyson and Holyfield. It's, you know what I mean?
For sure.
It's like because like, don't get me wrong, Diz and Iron Solomon was the most amazing battle to me, right? At that event. Mm-hmm. But that's like a Brock Lesnar versus Frank Mir. We were like the Clay Guida versus the, you know what I mean?
And it's more exciting to watch the less weight guys, right? You know what I mean? Smaller divisions.
The Jorge Masvidal and the Nate Diaz versus the Conor McGregor fight. You know what I mean? It was like, it was smaller numbers, but a fucking deadly like thing, and that was so cool about it.
That's cool, man. And then after that, you kind of took some time off. How are things? How's everything going?
Yeah, everything's great. I took time off for health reasons. You know what I mean? I did a lot of drugs when I was doing all this shit, and I was just kind of fucking going a little off the wagon. You know what I mean? So I had to dial that back. Got my life together. Went back to school. Did that shit. Got a better career. I'm doing great now. Life's beautiful. Woman's beautiful. House is beautiful. Everything's great. So I mean, it's just,
Thank you for your honesty, man. I appreciate you telling us that. And people don't realize that's something that people have to really deal with. Like I said, you're a real person, when the cameras turn off, and if you got to hook your career up and take a step back to make sure your health is right, there ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. That's being a man.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I just kind of had to, bro. Like, and it sucked, bro, because like I was telling you, like earlier, the only thing I wanted to be in this world when I was a kid was a battle rapper, bro. Like, and I found myself in a point where I sabotaged my own dream. You know what I mean? And like success, like finding that success and getting to the top of the mountain without that fulfillment was just as bad as failure. You know what I mean? And I was just like at the lowest point, bro. I lost my house, like relationships with family. I mean, dude, the whole nine, bro. Like, and then so I basically had to like rebuild myself and get a new career, go back to school, sleep 2 hours a night so I can go to school. You know what I mean? Like, I had to get back to the grind. Let's go. You know what I mean? Don't give up now. And fucking all that shit. And everything came together, bro. And I'm literally at the best point I've ever been in my entire life. And I'm so fucking happy. And I feel like now that I'm happy on the inside, bro, like I can come back and I can fucking really fuck some shit up on a very healthy fucking level. And I'm going to fucking kill whoever the fuck they put in front of me, bro. That's period.
That's good to hear, man. I'm happy about that. In your absence, Jonah and Daylight have retired. How do you feel about that?
I saw Jonah happening, just kind of with the way he kind of came up and all that stuff. He kind of got put to the top really quick, and I kind of saw that happening on his end. Daylight, I don't think anyone saw him retiring soon.
That's crazy. I thought that was a stunt.
We all did, bro, because like he had so many stunts at that time. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what he's known for. I mean, he can still. How do you feel about the current state of battle rap?
Okay, so I feel like battle rap declined super hard for a very long time. Like it just kind of went stock marketed and fucking crashed, bro. But it wasn't all the way dead. The pulse was still there. It just kind of needed to be resuscitated, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like the last two town business events have really done that. I feel like it's starting to kind of like fucking clear, you know what I mean? I feel like it's really starting to kind of bring it back, bro. And I was so happy about that because like, I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, I'll even say for personal reasons, I want to jump back in. So, I mean, and I had already told them previously, hey, I'm trying to jump back in when it was at its lowest point. So they know I'm not trying to fucking, what I mean, ride the coattail.
For sure.
But at the same time, dude, like, I was worried about it because, like, it was something that I really cared about. And I feel like every real battler felt a little sense of guilt, like, in themselves. Like, what could I have done to make this better? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, in my head, I was kind of like, fuck, maybe if I would have been able to stick with it a little bit longer, maybe it would have helped contribute to like a fan base staying, on that wave or something. And I feel like every battler felt that way. You know what I mean?
Not just yourself. Absolutely.
Exactly, dude. So, but no, I'm glad it's kind of back on the upswing a little bit, man.
Yeah, I mean, we did hear about Drake teaming up with Caffeine, you know, and they're going to presenting like URL battles. So that's pretty crazy. What do you think about the matches that are going down tomorrow?
Geechee and Twerk?
Yeah, it's going to be Geechee versus Twerk. What do you think about that?
First of all, New Jersey Twerk is one of my favorite battlers ever.
He's good, man. He's fucking crazy.
He's fucking amazing. And then Geechee is probably like the best from the West right now. Like,
easily. He's
fucking insane, bro. So you have two of my favorite battlers going at it, two completely different styles. I mean, I don't give predictions or anything like that, bro, but like, dude, New Jersey Twerk is definitely like the absolute energy in the room. Geechee Gotti, what he says is the energy in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's just no fucking way that that's going to be a bad battle. Like, there's just no, it's not possible. You know what I mean?
I was glad that they got headlining, status
Absolutely,
on that,
bro.
Because, I mean, there are other battles on there, like Charlie Clips versus K-Shine, and then Arsenal versus T-Top, which I think are fucking two crazy-ass battles, too. But I think with New Jersey Twerk and Geechee, I think they deserve, taking that top spot.
Arsenal and T-Top, who's the other one?
Charlie Clips versus K-Shine.
I mean, we kind of know what to expect with that one. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be good. But I think Arsenal and T-Top might be a surprise for everybody because T-Top is
T-Top.
T-Top is very raw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's very, like, authentic, and so is Ars, bro. Like, their styles are just so fucking great to pair up. So that's going to be fucking tight. I'd actually really like to see that live. That's fucking fire.
That's going to be crazy. They have, I'm sorry, I was going to say, I'm not asking for your next opponent, but what battles would you like to see yourself in?
I want to do things I've never done, right? So that's kind of a big thing. So either I want to battle a girl, or I want to do a 2-on-2.
2-on-2 would be crazy on something like that.
Yeah, so I want to do either one of those. And then no matter what I do, they have to put up money. I'm not coming back unless someone puts up money.
Damn, like that? That's cool, man. Why not?
Because fuck it, bro. Like, that's what battle rap is, bro. Like,
put your money where your mouth is, right?
Yeah, put your fucking money where your mouth is.
That's cool. And then, you guys actually have a show coming up, too. Slosh Mafia has a show on Thursday, April 16th. With Lil Debbie. How'd that come about?
So I book our shows most of the time.
Oh,
so
sick.
Basically I'll kind of reach out to everybody, all the venues and stuff like that, and obviously they ask for our EPK, they'll ask for my YouTube stuff and all that, so I'll send them everything, and then if they like us, then they'll book us for something. That's just kind of how the game goes.
Yeah.
This is going to be our second Lil Debbie show. So we did a show with Lil Debbie last year, and they were nice enough to call us. The Whiskey hit us up, and they're like, hey, we'd love to have you guys back.
Yeah.
We're like, dope, man. So we're going to go to the Whiskey. OG Aquafina is like a new female artist like coming up over here in LA, and she's going to be doing her first performance ever right before Lil Debbie.
Yeah.
So the fucking house is going to be packed just based off that. And then we're going to bring our crowd. Debbie's going to bring her crowd. And it's at the Whiskey, so it's going to be a good fucking night.
I don't think people realize, when we say Lil Debbie, she brings a fucking crowd.
Yeah.
She's bringing a bunch of chicks, and it's going to be popping.
Yeah.
And then at the Whiskey, a Los Angeles landmark, it's going to be insane. People don't realize, that's going to be a fucking huge show.
Yeah.
That's going to be
the last show we did there, what would you say, Poyo? Like what, 200 people? 150?
Maybe 2.
It was like 200? Yeah, last show was 200, like at the Whiskey. And fucking, this next one's going to be even bigger because we have OG Aquafina on it too with us.
Yeah.
So
I was going to ask you, what are your plans for the future? But it seems like you just want to hop right back into battle rap. And you got the music coming out with Slosh Mafia.
Yeah, so basically just everything we've been working on, right? Merchandise, fucking music, battle rap. I'm going to probably take I want to come back to battle rap. I got to just kind of see how it goes. I don't know how many battles I'm going to do. I could do 1. I could do 5. I don't know, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it's how I feel. I'm going to do it as long as I'm happy doing it. You know what I mean? So
just like every athlete thinks they got one more, right? I killed me on the field one more time, or you're on the court, right?
Yeah.
That's very cool. So do you have any, I want to get back to the party, man, because it's really popping over there. Do you want to give any shout outs, give people your social, where to follow you?
Yeah, Instagram at Psycoses. It's going to be PSYCOS3S. And then shout out at Slosh Mafia. That's the Instagram. I mean, hit me up on SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. I always hit you back. Whatever you need. Hook you up with vendors, network, whatever you want to do. Let's work.
Hell yeah, man. That party is popping. It's a bunch of people networking in there, and you guys got the food and the drinks. It's really going.
Shout out to Medicated Lemonade, though. Shout out to Agua Frescas. Guy with the chamoy rims.
Hell yeah.
Nice touch.
Hell yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like what you're watching, then hop in the Koffin. Psycoses, thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your time, man.
Appreciate
it's amazing.
you, brother.
Fucking badass. Let's go.
ASMR Koffin.